Welcome back to the Better Yourself podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Meckling, and thanks for tuning in today. If this is your first time listening in, welcome. Now, I do recommend that you start from the first episode and listen to each one in order because the topic of conversation will flow from episode to episode. Now, before we dive into today's episode, I do want to remind you guys that I do not have any medical education and that everything I discuss is from information I've received from various psychiatrists and psychologists, as well as mental health books I've read and various research on the internet. Now let's dive right in. Today's topic is all about depression. Depression is a mental health condition that has persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and loss of interest. It can be very overwhelming and feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Now, the cycle of depression starts with a stressor, which is a situation that causes strain or hardship. This may be short-term or long-term. The stressor leads to negative thoughts, which may be irrational or exaggerated. These thoughts then can lead to feelings of sadness, anger, hopelessness, or loneliness, which may lead to physical symptoms like fatigue, sleep problems, poor concentration, and loss of motivation, which finally will lead to a behavioral response such as isolation, neglecting daily tasks, or even substance abuse. There are many different types of depression, such as situational depression, postpartum depression, seasonal depression, or bipolar depression. Just like anxiety, depression can have many faces and symptoms. It may cause headaches, insomnia, mood swings, chronic pain, or even a change in your weight. Treatment for depression can also come in many forms, such as medication, therapy, or meditation. But don't forget that your friends and families are going to be your best support system, and they will make a huge difference for you. I know when I was in high school and I struggled with severe depression, my friends and my family were the biggest support system I could ask for. They helped me through a lot of my toughest battles, and don't forget that those closest to you, no matter who they are, will help you through this no matter what. Today I'm going to leave you with the finger holds technique. Finger holding is based on acupuncture and is a quick and effective way to manage difficult emotions and return you to your center. Choose the finger that represents the emotion you are grappling with, or move through all 5. One by one, wrap your opposite hand around each finger firmly for 2 to 3 minutes or until you feel a gentle throbbing in the finger, which increases blood flow. Release slowly and notice what has shifted. Your thumb is for worry or anxiety, your pointer finger is for fear, your middle finger is for anger, your ring finger is for sadness, and finally, your pinky finger is for self-esteem. Practice this technique to use in your next anxious or stressful situation, or if you're having a depressive episode. And don't forget, you can always call 988, which is the National Suicide and Crisis Prevention Hotline, if you're ever having a mental health situation and need to speak to someone immediately. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I know it was a short one, but I hope you found it helpful and educational and enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to listen in to the next episode on every other Thursday, as well as my music that I have released on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. My music is listed under the name Ash, A-S-H, which is in all capital letters with an exclamation point. Also, feel free to give this podcast a follow on Instagram, X, Facebook, or Threads at Better Yourself Podcast. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you guys later.